you've mentioned three things that I think would be very good for our audience to have them in this interview already. One of them is that you have very strict criteria for when violence is applicable or when violence is inevitable in your analytical system as a peace researcher. I think it would be good to hear it from you if you could just outline what that criteria is.
You mentioned the point about violence. Well, my criteria are the following. Point one, that the violence, direct structural, is insupportable. It cannot, in any way, simply cannot go on. Point two, that peaceful methods have been tried. And you see here, it's not enough to say diplomacy. You have to understand that there is something called solving underlying conflict, which is basic to the 20 points. Identify the underlying conflict and trying to solve it peacefully. So point two is that peaceful methods have been tried and haven't worked. Point three is the minimum use of violence. The minimum use. Some argues that would be tyrannicide. Find a leader, kill him. I warn against it. You find the leader, you kill the leader, and the people who argue that seems never to have heard about promotion. That there may be people in the layer below the leader who want nothing else than the leader to be removed so that they can have a chance to come in. No, and here we could then look at different possibilities. But I'm not going to go into that. This is not a textbook of violence. Condition number 4, very important, that we don't glorify that violent act. We don't make it heroic. We don't celebrate it. Rather, we see it as a capitulation. We didn't manage. Unfortunately, we had to do the bad thing. In other words, no memorial, nothing of the type, no heroism. Just simply see it the same way to use the analogy I very often use, that when there is a very serious sepsis in the leg, gangrene and all of that, and the doctors are not able to bring the leg restituted, bring it back to normalcy, so they amputate it. Okay, that's a capitulation. That means that medicine hasn't reached to the point of managing it. In other words, the amputation may be badly done or well done. And of course we want it well done with minimum pain and all of that. But we shouldn't see it as a triumph of medical science. We should see it as just the opposite.